Hey, what's up, y'all? This is another episode with the Miss Ashley. Always a pleasure. Today we going
Hey.
hey, and she crashed the internet with her profile and everything, but we'll get into that later. But we get back into something that everybody can speak on, and if you can't speak on it, you're a lie. I'm gonna just put it like that. Being our
Mm-hmm.
old selves and being a better person. Us trying to be the better person and not be the old person we were. Now, with that being said, I could think back on things I cringed on, like I did, and I'd be like, you know what? I gotta try better. I
Yeah.
gotta do better. I gotta be better. Now, what we're gonna talk about along the course of this episode is people that's actually acknowledging you and seeing it, which is positive reinforcement. And we're gonna also talk about people that want you to be the old you, that was
Yep.
okay with him. And then we're
Yep.
going to also talk about the people that bring stuff up and say things and actually lie to the point to where you feel discouraged and not trying anymore because all they see is the old you.
Mm-hmm.
So um, along the course of this podcast slash interview, because I mean it's a holiday right now.
You know
Um, but yeah, Mr.
what? I
Ashley,
mean, I think people really need to focus on where they want to go. Like, where is your end point? People don't think about that stuff. Like, but that's important because if you have an end point, if you have an end destination, something that you really want to totally become
uh-huh.
overall, then you can kind of get yourself in check along your journey, you know? Because we're not all perfect. We don't all do things the right way. We don't all do things according to the book, you know? Because sometimes we all don't know how to navigate through life.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, you got to do what you know how to do and do what you can and allow God to do what He can do for you to get you along the way because you're not on that path for no reason in the first place, right? And
Absolutely.
then change and adapt as time goes by. So, what that means is you might not be the same person today as you were yesterday, and that's okay, you know? As long as it's for the better, as long as it's a positive change, as long as it's a positive adaptation, you know? And with that being said, you might sometimes have to change your environment because the people that's in your environment might be stuck
I promise you
on
this.
a certain level. And when
100%.
that happens, all the good news that you have stirred up for yourself, that you go out in a day and get for yourself and gather for yourself, when you come back to that environment, that's a low blood sucking place that they don't know no better. They don't, because they can't comprehend, they can't understand it. That's all it is. It's not that they don't want to, but they don't understand it. In some cases, some cases people are jealous of you. People are envious of you. They don't want to see you thrive. And in a lot of cases, that be your closest people.
Yeah, but in that environment, it's the understanding for the most part.
Right. But if that happens to you, you got to change your environment. I don't give a fuck if that means you got to be homeless, if you got to be, living in a room, renting a room in somebody's house. You know, you got to change your environment because it's not going to help. It's not going to help you unless you're a strong minded person, which that takes time too. That's a whole nother agenda. That's a whole nother list of
And,
things to do.
and I promise you, you absolutely correct. Let me interject though. You have to be strong minded, period,
You got to
in
be
order to
strong
do
minded,
that.
period. But I
Because
want to I want to address the people that's not strong minded though, because some people aren't strong minded. And I said I wasn't gonna talk about this a lot. I didn't want to talk about it at all. But I will say this. There's a video out there of that young girl who just passed away in Toledo in that horrific situation, and her father is accused of being the person that, did the things to the daughter. But the father had released a video in 2019 and he was hurt and he was lost. He didn't know. He wanted to do some things in that video which he stated, but he did not have the people to support him to make him thrive in those things to where he thought he was good at, to keep his mind off of things that were bothering him and terrifying him. He had some things that he wanted to say, but he didn't. But with all that being said, sometimes it's your environments that fail. It's our environments that fail us. It's not our dreams. It's not our plans. It's not the things that we have on our to-do list. Sometimes it's the things that we come back to that keep us in a low life level of thinking. So we cannot advance.
I agree.
And so I challenge everybody to be that positive reinforcement for somebody else, no matter if you can comprehend it.
Well, the thing is, comprehension is key. To
Mm-hmm.
say they say common sense doesn't exist, comprehension is key. And then the thing is, or like me personally, it's life to me. It came to me to reach people like you and other people, several other people. Be like, damn, you're a fucking warrior, dealing with everything you dealt with or deal with.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, that's life. And then it took you and several other people like, that's not supposed to be life.
No, no, that's not supposed to be life. I wouldn't want me being a friend to you. I wouldn't want you to experience some type of things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's the other thing I think that we lack. We lack compassion and we lack understanding. We lack those things. We are very judgmental. And other
And
countries think that us as citizens in this country, we're lazy, we're very entitled, we're very obligated, we're all those things, and those things aren't good.
no, they're not. And then the thing is, though, like people, people go off of they run on E. Like they
Uh-huh.
empty, they're empty, and
Yep.
they're going and trying to maneuver all these tasks and everything. What fills your cup?
Yes. Like let's manage our households. Let's police our households. Let's look within our households before we start throwing out judgment and passing
Absolutely,
out judgment on a situation that you probably could never even wrap your mind around.
exactly.
You probably would never even know where the root of the situation even occurred. It probably was not even with this young man and this grandmother. It probably was the great great grandmother that started the shit, and it was passed on down because again, this shit was not put in our minds for no reason. This shit was embedded in us because it was done to us.
And I had a conversation with a peer, a great peer, and a mentor. I know you. I know for a fact today is special because they told me the same thing you saying right now. Like we've been conditioned to be that way.
This is
If somebody
this is
conditioned,
yes,
if you conditioned to be like, okay, somebody tell you you're not shit, eventually you're gonna believe it. Like
yes,
I got called a shithead today, and I don't call nobody out their damn name. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
right.
like okay, but it wouldn't make me feel better to call you one back. It wouldn't make me feel better to, you know what I'm saying, like
It's not
one
worth
up
it
you. It's not. It's not.
because I understand the energy that I put out is going to come back to me. So you call me a shithead. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
And
And
then
keep
keep
it
it.
fucking
And that's
moving.
what the fuck I did. Kept it fucking moving. Like okay, well, you feel a certain way, and you want to tell other people that. Don't get mad when they have a different
Mhm.
perception.
Yep. Good night, baby. I love you. Yeah. Like
But
people need to take a step back. People need to take a step back and mind their own fucking business. They they jumped all over a situation that we don't even have the facts. We don't even have all the facts, you know? And that's not even just with this situation. It's with a lot of situations. But again, as we used to talk about our mental health. Our mental health is very important. And when you hear somebody crying out for help, you must respond in the best way that you can. You might not be able to change the situation, but you can respond in a way that you can. Whether it be, well, do you need to talk? I'm here to listen.
do you know how far that would take you?
It will take you very far. And that's what we need because okay, let me tell you why this is what we need. This is why we need that because we're not doing that. Those which I say YT people,
Hmm.
are able to come into our communities and do it for us and tell us what they think they need for us. But they're not
I don't
living.
think that's no. I don't think that's the right thing to do.
That's not the correct. That's not the correct thing to do is to police ourselves within our community. Hey, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's right. You probably should go get some help.
Yeah,
Or
you can
let me
respect
help
that.
you. Or better yet, let me help you.
But the thing is, people
My
have a
my my
preconceived
bad.
notion. No, you fine. People have a preconceived notion, subliminally or not. They automatically assume it's like that, and they might not say it out loud, but it's embedded.
It is very much so embedded. So, this, what got our minds here is because of the horrific situation that happened in Toledo, Ohio, right? But we need to be proactive instead of reactive. When our children are speaking to us, we need to listen. We need to stop what we're doing. We need to listen. Listen.
And that's it. Like,
That's all.
it's simple as it sounds, but it's hard for people.
It may be hard, but in order to become a part of the change, those balloons, those teddy bears, those gifts for the baby girl on her birthday in Toledo, Ohio, those were all nice and I'm sure very much
It
appreciated.
was very lucrative,
You know,
luxurious looking, but at the same time, that should
it
be a call to let me check
yes.
home.
Yes. And I appreciate the organizations that are in in planning of doing things for the youth in Toledo, Ohio, because that's what's needed. I appreciate those things. I appreciate those organizations coming together and coming you know providing the monetary funds her for her homegoing and things like that, and for the gatherings and things like that. All of that is appreciated, but what's really needed in Toledo, Ohio is representation of responsible, loving, caring, compassionate adults. That's what those children need. Those children need to feel that they are protected, that they are heard, because this is not the only case. This is the most horrific case that we have heard of recently, but there
If we
are
don't act, it's more to come.
several. Yes, yes. And there's more to come. Like, there's already so much on our plate already, like it's already overloaded. But we have room for seconds, thirds, fourths. And we need to make sure that that's not happening. So I challenge every adult to look at themselves and see where there is room for improvement. It's okay to have things that you need to change. Mommy. Yes,
A
baby.
definite red flag. A
I'm okay.
definite red flag would be someone that doesn't have no room for improvement.
Yes, if you don't have any room for improvement, then you're a know-it-all. You think you've experienced everything and you think you have the solution for everything, and that's not the case. That is not the case, because as you guys see, this is a whole different world. Back in the day, we used to ride bikes from this side of the town to the other side of the
Be all
city
across town,
and
yeah.
be everywhere. Be at the skating rink all day long. Parents sent you with money for the full day, so you can eat and all that stuff and still be with your friends. But nowadays it's not the same thing. You can't even send your child to the bus stop and with a peaceful mind until they reach school and you see their location, like, okay, they at school. Now you can really breathe. Like, this is a whole different world that we are living in, and we can do something about it. We can change ourselves. you know
Mhm.
we can change ourselves and look at the bigger picture. It only takes you to really understand something for you to want to change. But I hope that people understand that change is needed, especially in the youth community.
Without them, it ain't no future.
Yes, without them, there's no future. We have to listen to them, and they have some very, 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 very great ideas.
And great, very, very. They go through a lot, man. Considering what we went through.
What's your name? What's your
name? You know.
Yes.
But yeah.
You know, we got to put our kids in the spotlight. We got to let them shine. It's not about us no more. It's about them.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, though. Like, I'm like, when kids don't come with manuals.
Absolutely not. If they did, man, I would have been read that thing about 50 million times.
Right, been instructed in classes and shit. I promise.
I would have been like, y'all got some. I'll pay for it. Come on, let me take this class because I need to know. But I will say this though, for some people who may be listening, if you are lost in the sauce, like you know, you just don't understand, you don't know how, there are parenting classes that you can take. You know, and it's not to say that you're a bad parent. It's just to say that you need to understand on how to manage living with someone else. It's like having a roommate. Like when you have a roommate, it's kind of hard to cohabitate with you know with somebody else.
You have
and so it's the same thing with a child.
Compromise and things. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because some children need different things, and once you hear something that resembles your child, you're able to kind of go with that baseline. Because some kids need to know what's going on. Like they need to know every step. If they don't know every step, then they feel insecure. Once they feel insecure, they're having behaviors. Like that's a part of my profession as well. Like triggers create behaviors. If we can stop the triggers, then we can eliminate the behaviors. And that's with society in general, you know? So we gotta be there and listen. We gotta be there and listen and support. That's it. Each other, not just the children, each other, like everybody, each person as an individual human here, because that's what's needed.
I think it's safe to say that's what creates a village.
Yeah. Yep. But you know, I think that they don't like us using certain terms so often. So because it becomes a trigger. So they say, oh, a village. That might be their trigger word for their system to say that, oh no, we need to shut that down. Like a village, nah, it's not gonna pop off. So for me, I play that game. Let's play the game. We need to come together. We need to do what we need to do. I need some help right now because my son is jumping on my back. But Dooley, you said you like that. The natural.
Yeah, man. It's fine, man. Shoot, we are human.
But he about to get knocked out because he jumping on me.
And then that happens too. I'm gonna sit down while I spank you. Yeah.
You know, because it's about to happen.
That's
like,
why I said
he's
that.
trying me because he is really trying me. You hear him laughing?
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I have one of my favorite guests and everything on here. His twins on there. I do this not to be flashy or anything. I just do this because everyday people, you know what I'm saying, think about certain things and stuff like that. It's not to be like a certain way. And I pride myself on not having a facade or anything like that.
Right. That's true. And that's the message too, though, Dooley. You don't even understand because sometimes you are a single parent and you got kids and you're trying to do something that means something to you, whether it be work, whether it be, you know, a meeting, a Zoom, a podcast, or whatever it is. But if it means something to you, you got to push through it and do it. Like right now, I got my son in the headlock because he won't listen.
If it's anything that I'm doing, they know already. That's a package deal. It's me and it's them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, Lord, thankfully, the owner and my boss, we feel the same way. You're not good for me if you're not good for them.
Yeah. You're not beating the kid. Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yep. But it's all about
I don't have no issues with that and stuff like that. I mean, on a certain level of interview and everything, like per se, like maybe if you get your research done and we research together and everything and have decide on a serious episode, like to just be straight facts like that, then that's something different.
Right.
But right now, we're just talking about stuff other people should be talking about, other people should be thinking about.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, and like it's so much stuff going on in this world today. I pick and choose my battles. I literally pick and choose because some stuff ain't even worth your time or energy. And right now, it's a storm of brewing. It's going down right now. You might hear the cats in the background and shit being uncomfortable, but I'm like, oh, it's what it is.
But you keep it moving though. You keep it pushing.
I don't have a choice. I never showed an option of quitting though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
That's
when
what
people say,
resilience is all about. Resilience is all about having something thrown at you. Pretty much what everybody like to say. Oh, you got lemons. You got to turn it into lemonade. That's exactly what resilience is. It's
and
having a
that's what I'm doing.
situation thrown at you and experiencing something that may be uncomfortable, but you have the first of all the faith to know that you're going to get through it. And then also you have the mindset to want to learn how to get through it. And then you have the strength to know that you have the ability to get through it. And I think that sometimes people skip some of the steps and expect for things to come out right. But there's always a lesson through everything too.
And I have to ask you a question. I definitely have to ask you a question. You hit it right on the nail with what I'm intrigued by. I have countless testimonies of how things can work out and this and that. And people come to me for things like that advice and everything. And when I give them, let's just say it's not what they want to hear. But and I would tell them I'm living proof.
Mm-hmm.
And then it works. Right now, I'm reaping the rewards of being patient with people and having time for them. Just in general, period. You do not know. Well, you probably know, but people don't know how far that will get you ahead if you're trying to run a business or anything.
No, people don't know because sometimes people don't have the same mindset. Sometimes people can't even grasp the the thought of being a boss. Some people just want to be a worker. So
No,
just think about
I will say this though: some people want to be a boss, but that's just the boss people around. Being a boss, heavy is the head that wears a crown. You heard that?
hmm
You got to go and
but
do stuff when nobody else want to do it. You got to be there to
right.
do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Some people don't want that responsibility, so which means that they only aspire to be a worker. And that's okay. You could be a bomb ass worker. You know, you could be like you could make more money actually than a boss if you are a legitimate worker and you know what you're doing. If you exchange your time correctly for the amount value, if you invest in your trade or
Hey,
whatever,
I
you
got
know.
I got to pause though because like we were just talking about this. I gotta take this real quick. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect example. I'm a great, amazing right now. Things like that you don't mind. Like when you doing business and stuff like that, you want people to ask questions. When people don't ask questions, you should be concerned.
Yeah. If you're not asking questions, that shows a level of interest,
Exactly.
you know. But sometimes like we were saying, like sometimes people just don't want to have that responsibility of being responsible for every piece the um of the puzzle, every mechanic of the fucking operation of the engine. You know what I'm saying? And that's what being a boss is. You have to manage everything that is keeping your operation operating. And it's okay because like again, you could be a great worker and maximize on your work ethics and become like a bomb ass worker and make more money than a boss. You know, it's just how you go about things in life. It's how you approach things and your talents and
My
how you
goal,
respect them.
my
You
goal
know,
is to have everybody see that there's no such thing. I'm eliminating such thing as a dead end anything.
yeah. It's no such thing as now I can see if you just not doing nothing, you're not doing what you can. Now that's the thing. You gotta be doing what you can. I don't care if you only can do whatever. Like, whatever it is. You gotta do what you can. Because at that point you've activated yourself in society, if you will. But if you just sitting back and you not, oh, woe is me, and I got warrants, I got
People do that.
whatever,
People do that.
you got to handle your business. You got to have the courage to face life. If the shit was handed to you, you got to have the courage and the faith to face it so that you can progress, because that's ultimately a challenge. That's ultimately a test, is to pass that, to advance and surpass that, become something better. That's why I'm saying you don't have to be the same person that you are today. Right now, whatever time it is, the next minute, right now, it's 9:58. 9:59, you could be somebody else.
Absolutely.
Change your ways, change your patterns, change your thoughts. Decide, make decisions and affirmations and confirmations to yourself that all I'm going to think about is something positive. I'm not going to think about anything negative, because anything negative is not going to produce anything for me.
Well,
So there's not.
I was going to say, let me say this. Anything negative, think about it to overcome it.
To overcome it, you can't be afraid, but that's negativity. Being afraid, fear, all those things that make you feel like you can't do, that is negativity. All the things that are in your head to make you feel like you can, to push you to that limit, to where you can, those are positivity things, positive things. You want the positivity in your life. You don't want the negativity. If that negativity is around you, then you must change your environment. That's a thing that's needed, and it's okay. It's okay. You might be scared. You might, be fearful. But again, when you fear something, that only means that there's something good on the other side.
Absolutely. You
As
overcome that,
long
then
as you're operating from a positive stance.
absolutely. I agree on that.
So we got to wake up. We got to overcome our fears. We got to stop fearing what's to come and just do what we can and accept that God, whoever you serve, whoever your creator is, whoever your dictator is of your life, that's my God though. Until and he'll do everything I can't do. I'll do what I can, and he do everything I can't. Everything I can't. He got my back. And I'm a living witness of that. All that.
I'm the same way. I think that's part of why we kind of click in a sense.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, like, we go hard, but it's still work to do. But you ain't gotta do it all.
You ain't gotta do it all, even though we gonna always try though, Dooley. I don't know why we always do that. Even though we know we can't do it all and we don't have to.
Me
But I
personally,
think
I feel he have a sense of humor and be like, look, God, I did this much. What I'm saying? Like, I went over. Could you help me
right.
with this little bit right here? You know what I'm saying? But
Can you make
no,
up for over here though? When I was slacking over here though,
exactly.
I wasn't doing it over here. But like, could you make up for that? Because what I did over here, and that's okay, because he know my heart.
And it's not one moment I've been let down. And I tell people that.
Never, never. And that's why I can't tell y'all when I'm going through it. I can't talk about stuff when I'm going through it, because sometimes my voice isn't as confident as it is now. And that's only because I'm going through it. And I don't, I trust God to show me the way. So I don't always know the way. I don't depend
I'm
on
not gonna
myself or you know,
gonna lie. I heard Miss Ashley today is a day I was like, you know what? I should have been recording, but at the same time, like, if you was pissed off, then you might not want to hear it back. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
You was
but
pissed.
sometimes that's what people need to hear though too. I
You
think
was
people need
pissed.
to I was pissed, and I still am. I still am, but that's the thing. I know I have a throttle to myself. I know how to take it up, and I know how to take it to the middle, and I know how to take it down. You
But
know,
that comes along with being an excellent speaker, though.
not even just about a speaker, but it's about realizing what's important to me. It's about realizing how I represent myself to others who may be listening. Um, I didn't really realize how many people like looked up to me and actually listened to me. And that's no like I shit. Hey, I fucked up myself. So like thank you.
It's
Like
all
what I'm
good.
saying. It's like it's
It's
all
all
good.
good.
But I get it. It's like because I'm real and I'm raw. I can tell you some things. And I'm not gonna hold anything back from you. Um, but I mean, like this whole experience, you have to go through things and get through them in order to be able to give somebody the good advice that you really want to give somebody. Because when you're going through something, you don't want to partially get somebody through something, and then fall off. Because sometimes when you're going through something, especially me, like I gotta fall off from the world. Like I disappear, because I'm going through something, and it's only because I'm trying to like soak in and grow and learn from what I'm going through and like really progress. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
that with that, you need that. You know what I'm saying? And it's clear. It's clear as day. You need that.
yeah, yeah.
Me, I'm just put out there on display every day. Got to be consistent, day in, day out. You to
And
go.
it's
You're supposed to. You're
you
supposed to. You're supposed to. Yeah, it's cool.
you teaching me that. You teaching me
But
that because you know what? Even now, just us having this conversation now. So I've been listening to Joyce Meyer. She has some great like women's conferences and stuff like that, and I encourage women to go listen to her
wow,
too.
she's still doing it.
Yeah, she's still doing it, and I want to go. She has one in Houston, Texas, um, July 5th of 2025 this year. That I really I plan on attending because like it's an excellent thing to hear. Like you don't always get people pouring into you like good things and stuff like that, and that's what these conferences are for. So I definitely want to attend, but um, like what I got from her is like you only can do what you can. And that's so powerful. Like I cannot stress it more than what I'm saying is like
And
you
I
only
say
can do
that
what you
to
can.
everybody. Some people get it. It click with some people. Be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna keep giving them my all. Then some people are like, yeah, well, that's all I could. You know.
But once you give it something your all, it might not be worth it, but you only can do what you can. Like that's just like a baseline of progressing through this life in a positive way and also a prosperous way. Because if you're only doing what you can, like what you can, and not like, not half assing it, but you're doing truly what you can. You're giving it your all. Like you're giving that thing your all. You're doing that consistently. And like so you're getting better at that every single time that you do it. And so ultimately you become like a professional at it. Like you're like a expert at it. You know what I'm saying?
To
So
know me is to know this, though. To know me is to know that. I'm sorry.
mhm.
You're right. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But yeah,
But
it's like,
those
yeah.
things are what matters because ultimately everybody's looking for their purpose in life and asking God to show them their purpose and things like that. But your purpose is to ponder on the things that you're good at and do what you can do. And that goes a long way because I mean I can start from the fact of me walking off my property and into the sidewalk and seeing somebody who maybe need my help, but it's not hurting me to help them because I can do it. It's doing what you can do,
And
even
then
at the
also it's
job.
knowing when you need to and when not to. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I mean,
right,
it's just that simple.
right. There's certain, but that's why I always tell people you got to have your toolbox. You got to have your toolbox of things that help you get through your day, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, however it is. You got to have your tools to back you up to make sure that you're going to not be disturbed in your peace or in you know, your life. Whatever those tools may be. Some people use, the Bible. Some people use scriptures out the Bible. Is what I was trying to say with the Bible. Some people use emotional intelligence, which is important for everybody all around the world.
That's my tactic though.
You know. Um,
But
Sometimes it's compassion.
yeah, all
Sometimes
that
it's
that's still I
oh
still say that it involves with an emotionally intelligent. It
yeah.
comes with the same thing.
But you gotta be willing to come outside yourself sometimes too,
And the thing
because
is, I've always been that way. Now you're interviewing. You're making me my awkward interviews turned into interviews.
I mean that's
This is a
good
great
though.
episode. This is a great. Yeah, you got me looking at me like, damn.
I look at myself too, and sometimes when I'm talking to myself too, because I don't have that many people in my environment to tell me the things that I'm willing to say.
And that's the same with me. So it's
You
understood.
know, so it's like, these podcasts. It's not just getting on here and talking and just saying whatever. It's getting on here and speaking to the world and telling them things that I've gone through and things that I've experienced, and just speaking about just
Absolutely.
life.
And just to let y'all know, everybody in analytics, being in another country, we need people that's here on the ground to respond and look and watch.
Yes,
Because right now, this channel per se is they making their rounds across seas and in other countries and stuff, but they only spying. They only seeing what we go through and this and that, like oh, this simple stupid Americans and stuff like that. But we got to get it together ourselves.
we gotta get it together. We have to get it together. Um, I don't want to keep everybody up too long tonight.
It's fine, but I got to promote United without
United.
division.
Yes. Yes.
United without division. And I say that because my previous statement was like, man, people, uni- unification is global. You know what I'm
Everything.
saying? Like everything that happened in Toledo could have been poured out from all across the world. But it's special because everything came out from the charities or whatever from in the area.
I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all of the love in the community. That is great representation. But what we need to remember that's important is it don't stop here. It don't get old. It don't die down.
Not at
It
all.
don't. We have to keep on alert. We have to keep on watch, be vigilant. That means be proactive, not reactive. Let's be loyal to one another. Let's stop stabbing each other in the back. Let's love one another. Let's give compassion to one another. Let's give some understanding to one another because everybody is living a different life. Everybody is here on the same earth, but everybody is living a different life, which means they're experiencing different struggles, different just different experiences.
I promise you correct. I promise you so correct. And then look, I never did this before, but part three in effect.
Part three in effect, and it may be a part four because
And I'm taking out
yeah.
all the stops now. Like, it's a commercial to promotion. Miss Ashley, like, look, I'm all in. Real. Anything to get my attention to something they need to pay attention to, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm
But
with it. I'm with it 100%.
but
Because
this
anything I can do to say um, that I know to be true, that I know would be effective, that I know would help us. And that doesn't mean our specific community, us as people, because I know that the world is hurting right now and the world isn't crooked. The whole entire world isn't crooked. There are some good people out here that, maybe black, white, Hispanic, you know, from all different backgrounds, excuse me,
absolutely,
and different spectrums of life, but um because of what it's out made out to be is why it looks a little skeptical. But I encourage the people that have those hearts to come together.
absolutely. And then the message of this whole episode: everybody need to unite and come together, regardless of what differences. It's
What your
not
shirt
about
say?
us. It's not about. And I'm
Show the
looking at
shirt
the camera. It's not about you. It's about everybody.
yes, show the shirt again. United without division, is that what it say? I think I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
united without division. Yeah.
Division, yeah, I have a good memory.
And
Yes.
then on the back of it, it says number one.
Right.
So yeah, I mean
Let's get
that's what
it.
I'm pushing. That's what I go through. Like, and
Let's get
also
it.
if anybody out there got any hoodies or anything, T-shirts or whatever, send them this way, and then I do the same always. So, I mean, like I got my hat. I mean, like Big Daddy Grizz. I mean, like I agree with the logo and everything, and then the fabric and the everything with it. But also I send out plenty of hoodies and stuff for free, and T-shirts and stuff for free. So
Yes.
everybody get at me, and actually, you're on the list though to get one.
Oh yeah, definitely, 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 definitely. And you know what? I want to say that this is a special moment for me tonight, because we've just decided that what the acronyms in our business's name would stand for. LMH Unlimited, soon to
Mm-hmm.
be LMH Enterprises.
Uh-huh.
Um, it will be Let Me Help. Let me help.
Oh, and then with the business wise, that's perfect. That is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes. So
Um,
special moment for us tonight on this episode.
all
It's
right,
crazy, crazy how
LMH.
God works.
So right now it's LMH Enterprise.
Soon to be,
Going to
upcoming
be.
two
So
more
right
months.
now,
Yep.
currently LMH Unlimited. Check them out. Let me help. That's an acronym.
Yep.
I'm doing my promotion for you on here though. Like, and if you need me be, I can do I can do a separate commercial. I could have somebody do the
Yes.
commercial or whatever. It don't matter.
Yes. Let's get it.
For sure,
Let's get it.
always. And
Yep.
shit, you busy, you working and stuff though. You working? Okay, cool, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But absolutely, I gotta get off here and tend to some more business and stuff.
All
Once it's
right.
uploaded and everything, I got you. You know how to go. I
Yeah.
send
Yeah.
you that,
Yeah.
then you gonna share, and then that was great. That helped the last episode move like it did too.
A. A. But peace, love, and mental health always. If y'all need to reach out, reach out. Put yourself in the comments. Please reach out. Something, however it goes, and somebody will reach out. Um, hey, listen, I'm busy, but I always have time to help. You
And just
know,
so y'all know, she's a busy soul, busy body. So this is a blessing right now. Any run I can get, yeah, of course. We doing a show. We doing a show. What you doing tomorrow?
absolutely.
Like yeah. So yeah, anytime I get them on, yes, definitely, definitely. There's
It's always a
substance to
pleasure. Always a pleasure.
always, always, and it's been real. It's been real fun too.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah.
right, and then my button's not sticking now, so hopefully we can get up out of here in a professional manner. All right, it's been great though. All right,
Yeah, yeah. Love you guys.
all right, for sure.